Hey everyone, this is Lohit Samotra, and in today's video, I'll be discussing about my research topic, that is building information modeling, data and information extraction using Power BI. And I'm currently Oxford Brookes University student. Mr. Henry Abanda is my professor, who is my supervisor in this case, and I'm currently pursuing MS in BIM management. So moving on, we will be discussing about how a user can use Revit and Power BI simultaneously. Basically, a combination of two different digital technologies that enable us in better BIM data and information extraction, which is more dynamic than static like traditional methods. First and foremost, we need to download the Speckle softwares, that is the Speckle Manager and Speckle Connector. So Speckle is basically a 3D 3D data platform. It is cloud based and has some set of connectors and manager you need to install beforehand. So we'll download the Speckle Manager first, and once the Speckle Manager is downloaded, it will look something like this. The Speckle Manager is very similar to the Autodesk app that we have, in which we are able to get updates on different set of softwares, or a plugin or a source from where we can download different sets of software as well. After that, we need to download respective connectors for our softwares. In this case, we will install one for the Revit and the other one is for Power BI. This will enable us to extract information from the Revit model and to export it to the Power BI dashboard as well. So once these two things are done, we'll open our model. So right now I'm using a sample Revit model, and before we move to this process, I'll explain you how the Speckle will look like in Revit. So when your Speckle is installed, after the Speckle model is installed, there will be a button available on the ribbon bar, which is this one, and then we click on Revit connector. And as soon as the Revit connector is enabled, we can see a list of different streams of folders available. And right now I have created one called sample house, in which I have uploaded this Revit model. So before we upload this model on Speckle servers, we need to make sure that all the information within this model is provided in it. For example, this is a structural flow. We have all the information given over here so that we are able to extract it. Now, if I take another case of a wall, for example, if we have a wall, we have the area, we have the length, we have the volume, we have the phase, then we have other details like the material details and other heat transfer coefficient, thermal resistance, all those type of data. So once our model is ready to upload it, once all the set of data information is ready to be exported, we will create a stream. I have already done one. We'll create the sample house, and then we have two more selections, which is the branch, which is like a folder in which we want our model to be present. And in few minutes, I'll show you how the Speckle cloud looks like, and it's pretty much similar to the BIM 360. So I'll select the architecture branch, and under the selection, I'll select everything as I want all the information present within this Revit model to be exported. I'll click on send, and then we will wait for the model to be uploaded on the server. And as soon as the model is uploaded on the server, we'll click on this link and it will directly take us to the model upload. So once we get this notification about the data is sent, we'll go to the web server, and here you can see the Revit model that we uploaded using the Speckle connector. And as from the visualization point, you can see it's pretty much similar to the BIM 360, and it also has some important functions like BIM 360. For example, if I click on this wall, I'll get all the details of this wall. And using these details, we will generate dynamic dashboards or dynamic data in Power BI. Another good thing to observe is it also tells us the number of objects we have exported. It gives us the time and the date of when it was uploaded. And if I go to the Speckle homepage, you can observe how it has a history of everything, with how many streams and how many models we uploaded or we downloaded or deleted from the feed. So now we'll go to our streams. Under our streams, we will open we'll open dashboard 1. Then under dashboard 1, we'll open the architecture. Now we have to make sure whatever model we are uploading over here is present. So as you can see, this is the model we were talking about. This was the model we uploaded from the Revit. I'll make some adjustments so that model is more clearly visible to the users. And then I'll go to the sample house project. Here we can see we have two branches. Click on the architecture one. Now I'll use this URL to generate data in Power BI. And I see my Power BI is already open. I'll go to the Power BI, but before we do this, we need to make sure that the Speckle connector is installed in Power BI. And after the Speckle connector is installed, only then we will be able to extract data from the URL or the server link. Another thing we need to make sure is to import the visual file provided by the Speckle community or Speckle organization, in which it's basically like a plugin in which we can easily visualize a 3D model. So we'll open the PBILS file. It is done. Now we'll go to the get data. We'll type in Speckle because we are using a third-party connector to export our data, import our data, sorry. We'll select this one, click on OK, and now you can see a set of tabular information available. Now we go on load. Once a model is getting uploaded, we will do small tweaks under the transform data button, and we have everything loaded. Now I'll go to transform data. Now, for example, this is our data. Now we'll rename it as raw data in this case. Press enter. And now we'll create a reference data for this. Now, for example, if we want to export categories in a model and rename it as categories, I'll make sure it is reference because I don't want this tabular files to be not to be connected. I don't want anyone to be disconnected. We go to the record. So the record column, the record row is the contains all the set of information that the Revit has over there. Now, for example, this is a basic wall. Now, under this basic wall, I want to extract another column of just different set of categories present. Go to column, go to add custom column. I'll name it as category. Then, since my data is present in the data column, I'll select it. I'll use the lookup function, and then I'll type in category row, which you can see is present over here. So this thing should completely match in order to extract the data. Now my category is exported. Now I can easily filter out the different categories of elements we have. Now I'll remove the errors. Now I'll make another reference. And in this case, I want volume, wall volume. So I'll rename this wall volume. Press enter. And now my job is to extract the volume for the walls. In this case, or I'll just say, let's just talk about volume instead of specifying. So now I click on this. Now I can see there are different set of elements present over here. For example, if this is a wall and its element ID is 4222243. If I go over here, I select my 3D. If I go to manage, search by element, it's 4222243. I press enter and I isolate. I can see this wall information. Now it says unconnected height at 2700 mm. Now if I open my Power BI, it says its height is 2700 mm. It's basic wall, it's a timber clad, and we can easily differentiate and we can easily cross-check that the information that the Revit is providing us is very much similar. It's 100% accurate to the one in the Power BI. So moving forward, now I want to extract the volume of different set of walls. Now my volume will be present in the parameters row. So again, I'll add a column. I'll name it as volume. Then I'll go to the data since it's under the data. Under the data, I'll use lookup function and parameters, and that's it. So now we get the volume as well. Now in this case, now I'll be extracting just the volume column. Now over here, I see untick all of them and I look for the volume value. So the host volume computed is our requirement right now. Click on this. This is our value. Now again, I'll select the value column, which is this. I'll be getting information about the volume. And as you can see, instead of value, I'll get volume. Now, since volume is always decimal, it's not in whole numbers, I'll change the type. This done. Now, when close and apply, Power BI will open up again. It's refreshing. It is reading all the data that we have generated. It's reading all the filters that we have applied. It's reading all set of information that we have done. Click on the Speckle Power BI viewer. Over here, since my raw data is the base, I'll load whatever information it's asking me. Once this is done, I'll do other relevant settings. Now, since the background is too bright for me, I'll change my background. I'll make it little dark. Okay, make it blue and I'll increase the transparency. That's much better. Now I will expand this. Now I'll use a tree map over here because I want to see count of categories. This is my categories. These are my values. So I can easily see different set of categories that are going to be visible. If I have to filter out the categories using my model and my viewer as well, I'll go over here. I'll use color by categories. Oh, I'm sorry. So now when I select this one, I'll use my tooltip data and just put my category. So whenever I'm hovering around, I can see I have 174 count of material categories, and I have 28 count for doors, 27, 25, etc., etc. So now once this is done, I want to calculate the area of floors, for example, or sorry, the volume of the floors or the walls. I'll use the table column, and under the volume, I'll use the category first, and then I'll type the volume. So as you can see, this is visible. We can see different set of volumes. Now if I click on floors, we go to floors, I'm able to see all set of values, etc. So now moving ahead, if I have to select this wall, I will get the area of this wall. If I have to select this roof, I'll get the area of this roof. If I have to select another wall, if I select this wall, I get different set of value, etc. Okay. So like this, we will be generating different set of dashboards, and to cross-check that if this model, whatever we are uploading, is live synced, we will go to this and I'll delete one of the floors. I'll send my model again to the sample house. And right now our area for floors is 107.71. Now once a model is uploaded to the server, We'll select it. We'll check which branch it is available. Sample house, it's in the architecture branch. And our only job right now is to go to the Power BI. We'll refresh the data. Refresh it. And now you can see the floor area is also updated and our model is also updated. So the live sync feature is also visible, and similar to this, we can extract a lot of things. We can try a lot of things over this, and we can generate more and more information. Uh, Similar to this, we were able to generate different set of informations. If I show you another model, for example, if I show you one of the other dashboards that I generated using the same formula and the same process. It's taking some time. It's reading all the data. It's reading all the links that we have already provided. As you can see, we have already generated some area charts, some area tables, some categories, some parameters, and slowly it's updating. We have project information also. We have also categorized the areas and volume as per the phase present. And right now, waiting for the model to upload. So this is how we are able to generate different sets of dashboards. We have different things running around, and as a result, we are able to get different sort of data information very easily. We can simply export this into a single page document or dashboard, and it will be very easy to read and look upon.